Hi there. My name is Caroline Mutoko and I'm at Apiculture Venture. This is the home of honey. And the reason I'm making that clarification is the home of bees is a hive. Okay, this is the home of honey. And I'm here with the queen bee herself. And henceforth, we'll refer to her as the queen bee. But because of everybody she went to university with, high school with, the village, she'll introduce herself by those names.
My name is Pauline Otila. My business circle, they know me as the queen bee. My high school friends know me as Pauline.
Oh.
And my childhood friends
know you as?
Dolly.
Wacha.
Yeah. You remember the show Shangazi Dolly Achieng?
Yes.
I was born around that time, so my name is Dolly Achieng. So I grew up known as Dolly. And some know me as Paula the queen bee.
The queen bee.
Yeah.
I'm here because my honey is about to be considered worthy. And the only place I knew to come to was here. And I'm fascinated by bees. Everybody will be sitting there saying, of course, you're Kamba. No, but yes, but no. You told me some fascinating statistics. In its lifetime, one bee can give me how much honey?
A teaspoon of honey.
That's it?
That's it produces. So
by the time how much did I harvest?
About 117 kilos.
Kilos?
Yeah.
That's how many bees?
Kilos. I don't know how many teaspoons are there in a kilo.
But
so those are tens and thousands of bees.
Actually, why don't you give you some work to do? Can you do that math? I harvested 170 kilos of honey. So do how many teaspoons are in that, and then let us know how many bees worked on that. Okay, I know we're going to walk through this place because it's all very well for me to come and say, hi, Queen Bee, I saw you talking to Caroline. I have honey. Once the honey arrives here, you don't put it straight in a jar?
Nope. It's a process. Honey is food and it has to go through the standards required for everybody to be able to get the maximum benefit from it. So the first thing we do is we test the honey. We have an in-house lab. 1, we check for the reducing sugar. 2, we check for the moisture so that we make sure it does not ferment. 3, we check for the yeast and molds. 4, we check for the pesticide levels because, you know, many farms are using harmful pesticides that can be harmful to the bees, and sometimes these pesticides are traced back in the honey. So that's why we have to do this critical test before it gets into our processing room, process and pack the honey ready for the consumers to use.
Okay, I'm a bit scared now, but will you give me the results of my test?
Sure.
We are 100% organic on my farm. So only the lab will tell whether ni story ama si story.
True. We will do the test of the honey. It will take about 48 hours and you'll get your results. And that's when we'll start processing and packing your honey.
Let me tell you, my results are good. I'm publishing them. like I'm old. KCPE results. I'm publishing my results. So let's say my honey passes. Okay. Then what next?
The next process is for it to go into a honey processing room. There is where we'll do the processing. And the processing, we don't mean we add or reduce anything from it. It's just turning the honey into its liquid form. Once it's been extracted using an extractor, we will then settle it. After settling the honey, we'll allow all the scum to come up, all the air bubbles to come up. And if need be, if the honey is a type that crystallizes very fast, we have a controlled temperature of a honey warmer. We will warm the honey to slow down the crystallization process, not to remove it, but to slow down the crystallization process. And then the honey will settle for at least 72 hours before we jar it.
Oh, wow. So there's a process, which we're going to see. Little things, and I say this as a consumer of honey, but now learning to be an expert in honey and bees. Honey does crystallize. That's how you know it's the real deal.
Yeah.
How many of you knew that? Mnaenganaka kwa supermarket, you're like, inaonekana imefanya kitu kwa hivyo sichukui, I want the clear one. Yeah. Honey crystallizes.
Honey crystallizes, and you'll get to see what you mean by crystallization. And many people do not like crystallized honey. They'll tend to say, that will be the story, oh, we've added sugar, hii imeongezwa sukari. In fact, honey that is pasteurized doesn't crystallize.
At all?
At all. And when you pasteurize honey, what does that mean? You've killed some of the important nutrients in that honey, so you don't get the entire health benefit from the honey once you pasteurize it. So it's just good to leave honey in its natural state, and the crystallization method, it's a natural process.
It's a natural process.
Yes. So the easiest
I've
thing,
always known that. And that's why sometimes when I see people saying, apana sichukui, kwa sababu hii sukari kwa hapa juu, that's honey.
That's honey, yeah.
Honey crystallizes.
And good honey will crystallize in one uniform color. That's one thing you also need to know.
Oh.
Yes, it has to. If there shouldn't be any spots or sediments in it. It's one uniform color from bottom to top, and that's one sign to show that this honey has not been pasteurized.
Okay. So other things we need to know about honey, and this is where you enlighten us as we go along. I've also realized that honey from different places tastes different because of the vegetation in that area.
Another thing, it's good you've brought that out. Just like the way honey crystallizes, different honey will crystallize at different rates.
Yes.
You look at the honey we have a variety of colors. We have light, we have dark, we have amber,
yes, yeah.
we have white honey. This is determined by the nectar source where the bees are foraged from.
Yes.
So sometimes people see dark honey and they think this has been adulterated. When they see light honey, this has been adulterated. No, this means that the nectar source, the variety, you can see from our factory because we have hives from different regions. And even yours, Caroline, this season, you have the light honey. Next season, you might not have this light honey.
Depending on where the bees go.
And depending on the vegetation you have within your farm. Because the different vegetation, bees will forage from them, and the nectar, the taste, the color, the scent, the smell from that honey will totally be different. This is based on the vegetation where they forage from.
I have to ask you this. Did you study, did you hang around bees, or did you find yourself like me fascinated by bees?
I get asked a lot that question. Third year in campus, I get a job in a beekeeping company that does beekeeping and other activities. So I did, but my background is, I did BCom finance.
Watcha.
Yes.
Okay.
So I get a job as an administrator in finance. I work there, but my interest for bees started growing. I looked at this little thing. This little thing is able to pay all these people working and paying these salaries. And I requested my former boss if I can move into operations. So I moved into operations and my interest for bees grew. But that time I was thinking of I'll leave and start my company, but not for hive production, for honey production, because I'd also seen the small scale older farmers producing this honey and nobody's giving the market for their produce. So my interest was like, I start something that I can support youth and women in this beekeeping space so that I can buy the honey from them, process and pack. But that was not the case. There are so many challenges, when you want to start a business. But then I was so fortunate in 2013, I got to go to Israel. Yes. And I spent my time in a beekeeping company. I learned a lot. I stayed with a lady who was doing thousands and thousands of beehives. And that's where Apiculture Venture was born.
Thousands of beehives.
Thousands. And that's...
I'm so proud of I think I have 20.
That's in Israel. So coming back home, 2013, my mind was just hitting. I come back home, Apiculture Venture. And that's where I actually learned apiculture, that's just like aquaculture. Apiculture is the science and art of beekeeping.
This is the science and art of beekeeping. Apiculture. Okay.
We have aquaculture, we have horticulture. So apiculture, basically, that's what it means.
It is the science of beekeeping.
Yeah. So I came back, and in 2013, of course, I had been taken by the company to Israel. So I had to work
Get your
there.
golden cuffs, yes.
Yeah, so I worked up to 2017. Then I left and started Apiculture Venture. Since then, it's grown. I've met different personalities in the industry. I've met other bee enthusiasts like me, just like
You're a bee enthusiast.
Yeah. So
we need to find out what I am. But we'll figure that out on this journey.
So I've met so many people. I've mentored so many people along the journey. Built brands around beekeeping, not only honey. There are very many products that have come with around beekeeping, and that's where I want you to go. Don't just look at honey and don't just stop from there, because we've got a golden brand there, and we're gonna make a lot of things out of it.
Oh, let's just bottle it and get it sold. I want to take a break, because when I come back, I want to tell you about your brand, because you just don't do honey. Your honey is infused. Actually, can we go to the lab and then we continue the conversation as you show me the lab? Because if I don't pass the exam there, I'm evil. By the way, even you, I'm not saying she's doing this for me, she does this for everybody. You show up, you're like, ule dem alikuwa anaongea na Caroline, mutoka kwa wapi? And then you find her, then you come in, and then you bring your honey here. If it doesn't pass the test, so let's just go to the lab. We'll continue the conversation from there, because there are things I've been introduced to. They're sitting on her desk. Nataka kujua ni nini. See you in a moment.